is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you want to know how you can create this nice looking jumpsuit for your child as well, then make sure you go ahead and continue watching. Before we jump into this video, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to your girl's channel. But for today's project, you are going to need a shirt that is going to give you enough fabric to make a jumpsuit for kids, that is. But with this shirt, you're going to go ahead and cut the side seams out. So you want the shirt to be very flat, and by cutting the side seams, it helps to just make the shirt flat as possible. And so once you do that, it should look something like this. Now, what I did is I went ahead and took Alicia's pajama set. So I got her top and her bottoms, and I laid it right on top of the shirt. Now this is going to give me my measurements for the jumpsuit. So you want to do it just like this, and then you want to go ahead and cut around the pajama set. You want to leave around a 1/2 inch to 1 inch seam allowance all the way around to give yourself enough room so that the pajama set isn't too tight once you begin sewing it and bringing it all together. Now, if your shirt has buttons like this shirt, you want to go ahead and remove the buttons, cut around them, or whatever the case may be. What I did is I removed the buttons on it, and then I actually cut above the buttons. So I kind of like right underneath the collar is where I cut. So I actually kept the buttonholes and everything on there for the jumpsuit. So I literally cut right up underneath the collar and kept everything else. Once I got half of the jumpsuit cut out, I went ahead and took that side and flipped it over to cut out the other side, because I want to make sure that both sides are identical and that, you know, I get the same cutting for each side. Once you are done, it should look something like this. Now you want to go ahead and take this to your sewing machine and go ahead and sew the top and the sides. So this is what it looked like after taking it to my serger machine. I went ahead and sewed the outside as well as the crotch area as well as the top. Now it's time to create the sleeves. So I went ahead and took the leftover fabric of the sleeve part and I laid the pajama shirt right on top to create the outline. And then I did the same thing for the other sleeve. So I need 2 sleeves. So I took the extra fabric of the other sleeve and did the same exact thing. I used my first cutout pattern as a tracer and an outline for my second sleeve. Now you should have 2 cutout sleeves just like this. Now you want to go ahead and sew your sleeves onto the rest of your jumpsuit. Ahead and made a slit down the middle of the sleeve so I can know where the middle is at, and it makes it easier to pin it. And so once you go ahead and pin down the sleeve to the rest of the jumpsuit, it should look something like this once you are all finished. Now y'all see this symbol that is on the shirt. So this is an American Express symbol, just their logo. I didn't want to leave the logo on there, and so I'm going to go ahead and make a pocket. And the measurements for my pockets is basically a square about 4 inches all the way around. Now you want to make sure you cut out 2 squares, one for the pocket and one for the flap. For the pocket, you want to go ahead and fold it all the way around about a 1/4 inch and then sew it down using a straight stitch. Once you are done, you should have a beautiful pocket like this. Now we're going to go ahead and take the other square. Now this is going to be the flap. You want to go ahead and fold it in half, and then you want to make sure that the right sides are touching when you fold it in half, and go ahead and sew. Do a straight stitch sew on both ends, and then we're going to turn it right side out once we are done with that. Now you should have something that looks like this once you have turned it right side out. Now we're going to go ahead and take our jumpsuit, and then our pocket, we're going to pin down our pocket right up over that logo. You want to make sure that you are covering the logo, and once you pin it down, you want to take it to your sewing machine and do a straight stitch on all three sides of the pocket. Do not stitch the top, because then you're going to close the pocket. So only on the sides and on the bottom. You should now have a pocket that looks like this. Now we're going to go ahead and take our flap. We're going to go ahead and pin it down, and then we're going to go ahead, leave it open, and stitch it on top. Do a straight stitch right on top, and then once we are done doing that, we're going to flip it and do another straight stitch right on top when it is folded down. Again, after sewing down the flap while it was open, we're going to go ahead and fold it down and do another straight stitch right on top. Have something like this once you are done with your stitching. And now we are almost done with this jumpsuit. We are now going to go ahead and add the collar to this jumpsuit. So what I did is I took the collar from the shirt, right? I took the collar from the shirt, and now I'm going to cut it out, and I'm going to add this collar onto this jumpsuit. You have the collar all pinned together to the jumpsuit. It should look something like this, and you want to go ahead and take it to your sewing machine and do a straight stitch. Once you are done, this is what the jumpsuit looked like. This is how it turned out for me. And now I'm not quite finished, so this jumpsuit was a little bit short, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it and add some patches in it. Right, I'm going to add the patches in the leg part. I found some leftover scraps, shirts from a project that I was doing, using some shirts, same type of shirt, same brand, same type of material. And so I'm going to just add those patches right here where I just cut. I cut like halfway of the leg, and so I'm going to add a white patch on each side of the pants leg. And so I just measured the pants leg, and that gave me my measurements, my cuts for the white fabric. Each measurement was about 5 inches long and about 3 inches wide. So you can actually be done with your jumpsuit if it fits your child. But if you run into this problem like me where it's too short, then and you need to add more fabric to lengthen the jumpsuit, then go ahead and continue to watch this video and learn how I was able to put these patches into this jumpsuit and to be able to lengthen this jumpsuit so that it fits my child. You will need to cut out 4 pieces of fabric to create your patches, and so once you got those 4 pieces, you want to put 2 of them right sides together and sew them down on the ends just like this. Once you have done that, you want to go ahead and take one patch, the top of the patch, and sew it to the bottom of the jumpsuit, and then you want to take that to your sewing machine and do a straight stitch all around. So this is just 1/2 of the patch that you'll be sewing down, and then you're going to take the other half, the bottom, and take the other piece of the pants leg that we cut out earlier and attach that later on. Once I got done pinning and stitching down the patches onto the jumpsuit, it ended up looking something like this. So this is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys love the way this turned out, and I hope you guys try this and it turns out just as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and be looking out for more DIY videos with Alicia. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all on the next one.